I allow individual to come on here to tell their testimony, whether it's through the interview, whether it's through a poet, whether it's through they song that I play. So it's just a platform that I'm giving everybody opportunity to just tell their testimony. So if you know anything, send me email or anything, but we're gonna actually get this thing kicked off, you know, with this very special guest who we got coming on in here today. Yo, what it do? What it do?
Oh, what's up? What business is?
Man, not much. How everything going?
I can't call it, man. It's good. I feel good or whatever. Besides what's going on in the world, man, I can't, fuck it's. Yeah, I'm doing good in the circumstances,
man. Man, that's what's up, man. Look, man, I really appreciate you taking your time out today. You really kicking a little flavor in with your boy RaDeazy. But before we even get started, you know what I'm saying? I like to, introduce you, my special guest, in a very high level. Everybody, I was actually looking forward to this day right here. We're gonna be kicking a lot of flavor with the homie. But look, I can't even introduce him like I'm allowing him to introduce himself. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. G, introduce yourself. What it do, baby?
Look, man, my name's Geedy-P. I hail from New Orleans, Louisiana, 504. Background a little bit, music executive. I did a little in for my cousin with his label, 0 to 60 Entertainment. It was an independent record label out of New Orleans. Had a big artist named S.A. that had a hit that was real big called Meet Me Halfway. 81 on that was one of the biggest songs, like for about a year or something in New Orleans, and it was so big. Lil Wayne took my partner 80 on a dedication 2 tour, and with Ray Shrimmer. Shout out to them because they're from Mississippi too. I think they're from Tupelo, Mississippi, the same place.
Yeah.
They was on that tour, and Wayne was headlining, and like I said, we went on like a 30-city tour, so I got to learn a lot of that. We was working with the youngest ones too in Super Blanco, which used to be in Squad Up. I worked with him too rep that used to be with Lil Wayne, and then I worked with an artist named Super Bad before. Worked with her a little bit, and she was real big with the bounce stuff. A lot of girls like out here. And I worked with BTY Youngin briefly too, or whatever. He had passed, but BTY Youngin was real big in New Orleans. He was like the modern day Soulja Slim in New Orleans. So yeah, that's kind of what I done. Like I used to manage Youngin. Rest in peace, BTY Youngin.
Man, hey, that right there, that type of resume right there speaks a lot of value. That resume right there, that just a little bit. You know what I'm talking
about? And I want to say this too. A lot of people might know me too from going viral about 11, 12 times on Say Cheese, Free Sean Cotton. You post my content. They had a post on Say Cheese. Well, we're gonna get into that, but yeah, I went viral on Say Cheese too. So your followers probably familiar with Say Cheese with Sean Cotton. Like I said, I went viral on there, just talking about hip hop and shit from New Orleans, and they call me the spokesman in New Orleans sometimes. That was him. He gave me that Sean Cotton.
Man, work with all these different people and mention the S80, man. That guy right there. Actually, you say he had a hot song for like a year and a half.
It might have been.
You play S80 song right now.
It's still high. It probably. I mean, that year when it first like blew up or whatever, when he went on tour, it was like blazing hot. That's all you heard. But it's still hot right now. Like I said, it took like I think 80 said that song was like around a year before it even really got steaming hot. Just like Fetty Wap had that Trap Queen, it was billing on the internet. And 80 put it out there, and he was doing little shows for people, weddings and all that, and little people to be booking them here and there, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And the social media just ran with it. And before like I said, Wayne people heard it. Toya, which was Wayne's ex-wife, and his Reginae mom, she had heard it. She was doing it on her song on like playing on her live or something like that. And I know she sent. They got the makeup company Crayon Case. She was like her live and shouting out. So all of them kind of helped that song. Just like so that song still, like you said, is a classic. They still playing halfway.
Still a classic. Oh yeah, it's still that's very classic. To actually to work with these people.
Plus 80 a music producer. A lot of people don't know 80 produced BTY Young. He produced Juvenile. He produced stuff for Trill. He produced stuff for BG. Like a lot of people as 80 like get down on a keyboard too. So he writes.
I didn't know that.
And he a producer. Yeah. He really get it.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, G.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually got a video. Actually, back there's a Wall of Fame. Me and S80 did a show together in Poplarville. You feel me?
Okay.
I hosted the event. and meet me halfway until my rocked it.
Yeah. Mississippi,
yeah, man.
Mississippi love SA. Like he did stuff in Hattiesburg and all that, and like I used to go to Hattiesburg a lot for the summer, so I used to be out there by my cousin and all. And I remember when Jeezy was first getting hot and that Trapper Dying shit was out. My cousin had moved to Hattiesburg, but he from New Orleans, and he was like, man, I ain't bumping no Jeezy. I mean, we was like, he was like, money come back, he like we was kind of joking with it because we thought it kind of sounded simple. He like, man, I'm telling you, Jeezy big, and little by little, Jeezy wound up taking over, and I'm like, damn, you was right, bro. Everybody bumping Jeezy, but they put me on that being out there in Mississippi. It was on Jeezy before I think we was on in New Orleans hard around that Trapper Dying.
Yeah, that was a big, huge where he came in. Hey, where you from? Tell people where you from.
I grew up between New Orleans East and the 7-1, you know. So you know, we stayed in the 7-1 line. Like when I was in high school, middle school, we stayed in the 7-1, and we lived in the East a lot too. So Soulja Slim said on the song on Streets, many people probably familiar with Soulja Slim. He had a song called My Jacket. He said 95, I ran on Tyra Lane and Busta Brain. Well, that's where I grew up at, on Tyra Lane. But I stayed in the 7-1 too. So it's like I kind of rep both of them because I lived in the 7-1 a lot. And I went to elementary school and all that, my brother and all them. So I kind of rep like the 7-1, which is downtown, and the East.
So like how like I don't want to, because I've been in New Orleans sometime, but when I've been Metairie, I still say New Orleans. I almost got hit upside the head. I'm in Metairie. I said, man, I'm in New Orleans. You almost got hit upside the head.
Like, well, Metairie will be considered the metropolitan part of it. So like how you got in that, like Atlanta have like they might have Cobb County, or they might have Clayton County. That's still in metropolitan areas, but they still say that's Atlanta metro, but it's not the Cab. I think the Cab County and Fulton County will be Atlanta. In New Orleans, that's our metropolitan because it's Jefferson Parish, but New Orleans really is Orleans Parish. So Metairie would be like Jefferson Parish, which would be like Kenner would be in that, where our airport at Armstrong. Metairie and all that would be like in that, but that's not considered New Orleans, which is Orleans Parish, but it's like a part of metropolitan. But now downtown is the 7-1, where I was saying, and in New Orleans East would be, if we did it with the voting way, the way it was back in like 1912, it would be considered the Ninth Ward, but it's its own little thing because it's so big, and we just like, that's the East. So yeah.
So I know. Yeah, I know a few people out there from the East. So you repping it. That's what's up. But you supposed to rep where you from. You know what I'm talking about?
A lot of my podcasts be like, well, man, how you gonna say you stay in the East and the 7? I'm like, dude, Pac stayed in a lot of places, whatever. I said, motherfucking Baby said the 13 and Melfamine and shit like that, because he lived in the 13, and with BG from us, Baby met him, and he lived in the Melfa around Saratoga. So Baby fucking repping from the 3 to the 13. So I'm like, shit, I lived in both of them places. Like, that's where I lived.
Yeah. That was up, man. Shout out to those hoods, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's it. That just really, that speaks value too. When you able to rep 2 hoods or rep across a whole bunch of hoods till you get to the next hood, that's actually shows who you are. You know, a lot of people in the streets really admire you, or really stand up, or you really guide these people in the right direction to even rep 3 or 4, 5 hoods. Can't do that.
Like, and it's not like how some people might look at it, like they might call that Deuce War, and like in New Orleans, like, oh, just like they might bang like gang bang and say you this and you that, but man, you either one or the other. But to me, it's like your mom and your daddy, like both of them played a part in your life. Like you can't say daddy was here and like your mama wasn't there. So I lived in these places, and I learned a lot of things from living in the 7 Ward, and I learned a lot of things from living in the East and all that, you know, and the friends I met and all that. So yeah, I can't say, you know, one without the other, because I feel like that's fake. Like Puff say he from Harlem, but he got a Mount Vernon too, because he lived in Mount Vernon. Because niggas get mad. How you gonna say you ain't never? That's how you met Heavy D in Mount Vernon, you know. So
To able to move so swiftly like that through neighborhoods like that in the streets of New Orleans. What I know about New Orleans is, I mean, it's not all what people think it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not like bad. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's because it's bad stuff happen everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people from New Orleans real genuine. You dig what I'm saying? Speaks with a lot of character. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So moving, doing all that, you know what I'm saying? Doing your thing with all these doing on tours. What have you accomplished or capitalized off that and did your own thing from learning from those?
It's still been a constant constant struggle, whatever. Like I said, it's still so much work I feel like need to be done. I just feel like more people kind of getting to hear about me because the things I did I can see you. See me?
Yeah.
All right, because I know the screen went up. I know a lot of people that see me because the stuff I did on Say Cheese and all that. But like I said, I just feel like all those moments, all those lessons I learned, got me to this point I'm in right now and all that. So I just look at it like, I'm constantly learning. And it's still more work to be done or whatever and all that. But right now, like I said, I've been working close with Nice Guns, which I was working with him when he was with BTY Younger. So I always kind of working with Nice Guns for a while. Been working with Jarrison. He's from out the 7 Wall. So that's kind of what I've been doing and just trying to keep it going or whatever, because I'm not working with my cousin company no more. So I'm just trying to just build up some stuff, a little grassroots thing, and the kind of me talking about music and all that on Instagram kind of been like building my little supporters up, and I like to call them SDA. We call them on Street Dreams Army or whatever. So, I've been just doing that and building up content, doing things like this. People been getting me on podcasts and all that, and just talking about, New Orleans music and what I think, from my perspective, what I feel like we could do to kind of like get everything back rolling to where we was at one time when everybody's like, man, New Orleans influenced a lot, but, everybody be kind of like, what's going on and what you think? So they've been kind of like just asking me for information on shit like that.
Yeah. So I mean, with a lot of artists, right? Because I like to encourage a lot of artists too, and you worked around a lot of artists. Like, how you encourage artists now do this process right now.
Right. Well, when I tell people like whatever, I mean, I think if they could do videos and they could be safe, whatever, in this situation right now, like I said, do a lot of visuals and all that. Just keep putting a lot of videos. I feel like people love seeing videos. We've got videos going viral on Twitter every day, Instagram. People big on visuals, so they like to see shit now. I say, like I said, be original. People love cities that's like doing their own thing, their own sound. I feel like a lot of people like with Baton Rouge doing Young Boy them. They got their little sound, doing it. The Bay got their sound. Like a lot of places, Florida, everybody gonna be influenced by people a little bit, but I feel like a lot of them, for the most part, putting their little own things together. And I feel like that's always something that people love, originality, and people love authenticity, and really just being creative. Give people something like meaningful, like what's going on in the world right now. There's a lot of stuff that's going on that people want to hear more than just talking about shaking ass and I'm getting money and I'm trapping. Like, that's cool, but I feel like people want a little more right now. This is the time to like really get to their mind. You could give them that, but give them a little something too that they could hold on their ribs. That's what I feel.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly just how you said it. Exactly just how you said it. Now, what's something like a memorable moment, like when you working with all them, done all that. What's something like the memorable
one of my
moment
favorite memorable moments, whatever, and all that, like with BTY Younger. One of my favorite memorable moments, I remember, he was going to court and his mama, I had when we left out the court on Tulane Broad, I was like, well, look, give me a CD or whatever, give me some music with Young or whatever. She gave me a CD out the court, and I took that CD and I burnt that CD, and I went to putting it on that Piff at the time. Everybody was on that Piff, and Youngin was in jail or whatever and stuff. He had been in jail, I think, 2 years before I had got involved with him and stuff like that, started working with him. So when I got into the situation with him and started working with him, I had, like I said, got that CD from his mama. I made his Twitter because he didn't have no like Instagram. I don't even know if Instagram was out at that time. It probably was fairly new, but I was on Twitter with him and all. I know Instagram I couldn't do as much, but I was like, if I get on Twitter, I put his songs out, people gonna retweet him. It's probably gonna go viral. Long story short, we went to doing it. I was working with his brothers and stuff like that, and Nice Guns, and we kind of had like our own little team, a huddle. And his videos wasn't up on YouTube like I had remember, so he had got in contact with the dude that had all his videos. I think he was in Lake Charles, Lafayette, and I talked to the director, and I was like, look, since he away, we could I could get these videos. And he was like, I'm gonna send you all the videos. So I dropped the video every quarter for 4 months or whatever, and that was kind of help building up the buzz. And we had the little mixtapes, we was giving them out and all that, free mixtapes and all that. We had got the covers made, and we had got like free Youngin shirts made. And I remember how big the Free Pimp C movement was, and I remember how big the Gucci Man movement was when he was in jail. So I just kind of took those ideas, and everybody's wearing his t-shirts at the Super Sundays and the second lines, and his mixtape had like 10,000 downloads by the time he got out on that Piff. I remember Boost's first album, I think, For My Thugs. No, not For My Thugs. I think For My Thugs probably it was Youngest of the Camp, probably sold like 10,000 units. So when I was like young, you got 10,000 downloads on that. That was pretty good. Whatever to say, we had built that up.
For real.
So when he had home, that year, I think was 2014, I think, December. It was a couple of days for his birthday, his birthday, December 12th. He, nigga had put him on the show with Yo Gotti, and he had opened up for him that Christmas concert in New Orleans or whatever. And after that, it just kind of kept going. So that was like a good moment for me, because I seen how, with all us being on the same page as brothers, and Nice Guns and stuff like that, and his cousins and stuff, we had put something together, and people connected with it, and it just was like a grassroots movement. It really wasn't a lot of money. His music was just always good to me, and I was a fan because I liked it. I liked the Soulja Slim. I was a big fan of Soulja Slim, and I was a fan of BG Derek, which was Baby Nephew. Yeah. So I liked their music, and I liked Tupac, and I love DMX. So Youngin kind of gave me that, passion like that. So yeah, when I was 80, a good story on tour. It was just fun, like being in those cities. Everybody showing us love because we were from New Orleans, and telling us how much they love New Orleans, and being able to just seeing how it was to perform on a real stage, how he was doing that, going from nightclubs to actual arenas and stuff like that, and how everything had to be punctual, on time. Because soon as the shit over, the next person come on the set, and when the show over, they pack that shit up and put it on an 18-wheeler, and they get it out there to the next city. So it was just fun, like being on the road, that whole experience and all that, the girls, just everything, the lifestyle. It was fun, like the parties and all that,
Man. I ain't know. I like to do music and stuff like that, and just being on the road. A lot of people can't really handle that. You know what I'm saying? Right. I know a few people that was on the road. You know what I'm saying? They fell off when you say like the girl, everybody treat you like royalty and things like that. They fall out, but to maintain that, and being on time and staying focused, do you feel like that was like something like your most memorable moments was like some of your biggest achievements, or during that time you have capitalized on bigger moments?
I mean, I feel like, like I said, I'm still taking steps and all that. Like I said, I feel like it still really wasn't a lot, but I feel like I'm still humble, because I feel like some people never been able to do that. So, I kind of take it all in strive and all that stuff like that. But I feel like it was big to me for why like what I was able to do so far, because like I said, being with my cousin and him having a record label, we was able to benefit all that. My cousin, had the money to, we was able to get tour buses and all that stuff like that, being able to sleep on tour buses. Even when we was with the youngest ones, being at the BET Awards, whatever, in LA, and we had house parties. They got porn stars there, they got rappers there, actors and all. Like, it was just like, damn, like, we really right here. Yeah. Seeing Roscoe Dash and them when they was like doing their thing and all that. And so all those things, whatever, was like big, being from New Orleans and all that. And a lot of people don't really get a chance to be able to be exposed to that shit like that. It was dope being in Connecticut in the snow, and really being in real snow. Like, so all that definitely experience. Talking on a radio station, people triviaing me and asking me questions about these old songs. Do you know this? Like my cousin, my cousin gonna know. I'm answering the city like, damn, this nigga know about the 80s music and the 90s and the 60s and Marvin Gaye and the Moments and all that. So yeah, my daddy was into music. My dad was a singer, so I fell in love with it from that. And my big brother was always listening to music. He was like 6 years older than me, and he had me listen to Eazy-E, Tupac, Too Short.
He started you early.
UGK, Ball and G. So all that shit I'm listening to, all that shit on NWA and all that, because my big brother and stuff. So
man, and then a lot doing a lot of stuff, doing on tour.
Even all this, dog, like all these is books. Like, this shit is books. Like, all this books and shit. Like, nigga really be like, like, I got books all over there. But I mean, I would tell people to read a lot. I mean, you can read everything on your phone. Get books off Amazon. They cheap and all that, man. Read shit, arm yourself with knowledge, and build that team. I feel like behind every great talent is always a good coach, a good mentor, a good teacher, and all that. And there's always lessons to be learned. You got to be willing to take constructive criticism when people want the best for you. And I think we talked. I was telling somebody before, I was like, Costamado with Mike Tyson. Like, this man was like, Snoop Tyson was great, but Tyson, before he could even get in the ring, he was just mentally, messing with his mind, trying to get him right. And Tyson was a young champion. He didn't think he was gonna be able to be that young, being a heavyweight champion of the world. But Costamado gave him the right direction. Jordan made Kobe, and Phil Jackson made Kobe a team, and learn how to use your team to be great. You know, you ain't gotta always do everything by yourself, whatever. You might win a lot of awards by yourself, like, you know, MVPs and dunk contests, but to be a champion, you're gonna have to learn how to win with your team and utilize them. And people gotta realize that behind the Puff, I mean the Biggies and all that, you know, the TIs, you got Jason Jeter's and all that. So I just feel like everybody need to do it as a team and all that. Just know that great companies, great artists, Venus and Serena, you know, Tiger Woods and his daddy, Earl Woods taught him a lot, and it kind of helped him because they was listening to their teachers and their mentors.
Exactly. And you got to have, and I like how you broke it down, you know what I'm saying? You can win a lot of different MVP awards,
Right.
but
Solo awards. You can win a lot of solo awards, yeah.
Both to get that championship, you got to have that team and utilize the people who you have to the best of their abilities.
Right.
So that's like a good way to break down entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? Entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? The way how you could take something and operate it and take a business and make it greater.
Right.
You know,
right.
take people and make them greater.
That's just like the guy Jeff Bezos. Yeah, that's like the guy Jeff Bezos that owned Amazon. He was saying when he was first starting out, he used to do the packaging on his knees. They'll put like, he was like doing like, you know, packaging his little package up before he sending people books. And he was on his knees, and, you know, excuse me, there was in a warehouse, and, you know, the floor was hard. So he like, man, my knees was really hurting. He was like, man, we probably could get way more stuff done if we just get some knee pads and all that. And the friend next time said, man, we need packaging tables. We can get more done if we call packaging table. He was like, why didn't I think of that? That's genius. So it just show you that listening to your team, listening to the people around you, ain't gonna always know everything. You might set the tone for the business or the way y'all gonna go, but be able to be a good listener, be open-minded. Don't think you know everything or whatever, because you might have great ideas right there next to you and you closing them out because you always just feel like you know everything because you didn't probably got so far. But you could have a young person that come up with some great ideas that could take the company to a whole nother level. A partner that might could be the yin to your yang. So I feel like you gotta be open to all the people that could be beneficial to the whole dream.
Yeah, and you're right. And sometimes as humans, I battle with that, being closed-minded sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Definitely when you're going through so much and stuff like that. But being a leader, you know, you got to be able to listen. Right. You know, and take ideas, constructive criticism, right, and those different things like that. Now, whenever you, as you was managing these artists and stuff like that, how was you on them? You was tough on them. You know, how you
like I said, when I
encourage them.
Like when I A&R stuff, you know, I just always knew like this producer sound really good. We put these songs with this, whatever. I felt like this was a hot record. If with certain artists, like to me with Young, he was already like dope as fuck, whatever. So for the most part, it was just really about what we was doing. When we was doing that little whole campaign, it was just about, you know, just making sure his brand out there. You know, you see the logo, you see the CD covers, you see the videos with bringing you back to, you know, where to find a link to go download the music, you know, where to follow him on Twitter and all that, just to kind of build up that grassroots thing. His music, he was already making them kind of songs. I can't take no credit for that. He already was dope. To me, like Biggie was already dope. It was like, nigga just already got it. It's just really about direction. Just like I said, you know, Jordan already had the skills. Phil just had to kind of give him a little bit or whatever and stuff like that. And even like I said, with me, you know, working with Superbad or whatever, she already was hot. She had dope songs. I feel like I just was like, look, you need to do, you know, do a little more videos, do songs like this, because they seem to be fucking with these songs more than these songs. And then everybody went to liking Superbad stuff. And I remember when I used to be posting her music on my page, a lot of people used to get mad with me. A lot of people like, why are you posting her from Kenna? Like, don't post her or whatever. I'm like, dog, she hard. And I thought she was dope and all that shit like that. And eventually she wound up being one of the hottest, and she knew how to dance and she knew how to rap, and she was talking the shit. And the ironic thing is, her and BTY Young actually knew each other because they went to school together when they was younger. They got the same birthday, 12/12/89, and they both, you know, they like rap on that shit like just from their heart. So I felt like, you know, with her, just like do what you do. And then she went on to do other great stuff, but I was like just kind of giving her direction, like how to be a little more smart about stuff and just think everything through and look at the big picture. But the music, for the most part, a lot of them always had that. You know, with Nice, I've been working with him from the beginning, so I kind of be like a little more involved with his music and the creative side a little more with him and stuff like that. And I've been executive producing Jay Harrison new project right now. Jay Harrison kind of remind me of probably never heard him, but when you get a chance, look him up, whatever. Kind
Jay
of my
Harrison.
yeah, a lot of people like me kind of remind me of like Project Pat meets Pimp C with a little Gucci Man and Rick Ross. Like that's kind of like if you like them artists, you gonna probably like him or whatever. But I
Okay.
be executive producing, help co-executive producing his project Murder Cap and shit like that, and we just really like our energies play off each other so well. And he a good dude, or whatever. And he just be like grinding his ass off and stuff. So like I said, Jarrison, somebody to check out. Like I said, Nice Guns. I like Weed Junkie a lot. I like DH Storytelling. There's like a lot of them in New Orleans that's going, real hard or whatever and shit like that. That people that they could
People
just
don't even read it. And that's the amazing thing. Is like a lot of people who I work with that actually performed on my platforms. A lot of people ain't really heard of these guys, but these guys be some of these guys like, man, I wish I had the bag to really just put them on. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like they could really take off, man. I'm not gonna say a lot of people on that level don't deserve to be there, but I know a lot of guys that really out here that really can put in work. And,
right.
and then by you working with all these different artists, how you able to keep a relationship with them? Do you have
Well,
like perfect relationship with them? Like that's
well, I mean, I guess it grow to be kind of personal because you being around them a lot now, and you talk to them a lot now, and so yeah, you kind of grow connected to them like family and stuff like that because y'all talking a lot, and you trying to help them win, and they trying to come up with ideas, you trying to come up with ideas to give them and stuff like that. So yeah, you build organic relationship like T.I. and Jason G to say, I was talking to T.I. the whole time at the barbershop, and the whole while this the rap I was coming to meet. So yeah, you build relationships just kind of being around them a lot and just communicate with them a lot. I think all this manager relationships, all this A&R relationships, you definitely gonna build a close connection with them because, like you say, you just around them a whole lot and you talking to them.
and that's what it. Yeah, when you build around them a whole lot, that is building a relationship. Like it's really great to have relationships with people. Like doing like, have you ever had a relationship with a person that you felt that you could trust, but come to find out you really couldn't trust? And how was you able to just really keep going through all that? You know,
I mean, like I said, that's gonna happen or whatever. I mean, that's just like any relationship, like you with a girl, or even you with an artist and stuff like that. Sometimes y'all gonna grow apart, and they might have different agendas from you and all that stuff like that. And then when y'all see stuff like not really like going as the way you probably feel like, or both of y'all, and sometimes y'all might have to just go separate ways because it's not gonna benefit the relationship if y'all both looking at stuff different, or y'all kind of bumping heads a lot creatively or whatever.
yeah,
It's just like anything. A player gonna want to leave and go to another team because he's gonna feel like they don't understand me. Or a coach might be like, "This not the place for me" or whatever. So we all go through that. That's all a part of the game. And you just gotta learn how to just, like go on and just keep going or whatever and shit like that.
yeah.
So I don't look
So
at none of it like it's bad. I look at it like it's just all lessons on both sides. They learn from it, you learn from it. You just keep going. They keep going, you keep going, and you just keep grinding. That's just all a part of the game.
it's all a part of the game. It really is. It's already set in stone.
No pain, no gain, man. No pain, no gain.
For
Man.
real. So you sign with anybody, or you just move it independently?
Nah, I'm not. I'm got my own little thing going on now. I'm just like at the moment, like I said, right now I'm just working with Nice Guns and stuff like that, Jerison. But like I said, I ain't really just been taking on a lot of people right now and want to do the management stuff right now. I just been really just doing this little Instagram stuff, just building up my content and just connecting with my following and all that, and just speaking about things I might want to talk about music, if it's about history, if it's about political shit and all that stuff like that. So that's kind of kick I really be on right now. Like I really be in that zone, but the music still
Yeah,
up there. I'm still trying to probably build my own little studio so I can still be
yeah.
create again that in my own little world or whatever with my crew, whatever and all that. I always feel like if artists could buy their own studio stuff, that's always good. That way you can have in-house stuff. If you got merch, if you got merch ideas, make your own merch, cut the middleman out of you if you could. And let somebody give you a good price and you could get them to make your shirts. But if you could do it yourself and you got the time, screen print your own shirts, make your own
For
shirts,
real.
own hats,
For
whatever and shit.
real.
Merchandise really, really big for artists, whatever. I mean, Wiz made a lot of money off Taylor Gang shit. And a lot of people, young boy making a lot of money off his, NBA
Oh,
shit.
killing the game.
Money off his Sniper Gang shit. I mean, so many artists make a lot of money off merch and shit like that. So I mean, that's just a walking billboard to me. So make
It,
people.
it is, it is, it is, it is. You know, I'm getting my merch game up too. Like, thing like, cause merch is a big thing right now.
Do
You
things
know,
do things that represent who you really is. Like, so if somebody might be selling bandana, like back in the day, we know Joel Santana with Dipset used to like to wear the bandanas, like DMX. So it makes sense for him to make his own custom bandana, and his fans will probably buy that. So if you got things that's connected to you, do that. Jay-Z bought a champagne company, but it makes sense because Jay-Z logo and Rockefeller with him, Damon Biggs, had a champagne bottle on the logo. So for him to have a champagne company, it makes sense because everybody know he always did love champagne. So it's organic. It don't seem like, man, he trying to sell champagne, but that nigga don't never drink no champagne, never did. Now y'all sell champagne. It seems like you just doing it for the money. When it look like that, it's gonna look real and people gonna connect with it. So whatever you do, make sure it represent you when you selling stuff or whatever, you know, it's true to who you is. I think it's gonna connect better with the people.
man, I'm trying to tell you that's what it is, though. Man, everybody out there that's tuning in right now, everybody out tuning in, you know, we with the homie Kick a Flavor GP. Make sure y'all drop a comment. Make sure y'all let me know y'all in here. Make sure y'all let me know in here. We got a long time. We got a lot of things. We finna kick some flavor, man. Look, we with the homie GP, man. Look, hey, look, let me ask.
Mm-hmm.
You were talking about the thing you went viral on with the say cheese, the say cheese, man. Tell the world about that.
All right, what happened was say cheese is if some people probably don't know, it's like a Instagram blog or whatever. They post like a lot of content, videos of hip hop and just current events that's going on or whatever. And the guy that owned is a guy named Sean Cotton. Sean Cotton, born in Philly, but he grew up in Arlington, Texas. So he was having these pop-up shops like last year, something in the summer, and he was trying to come down and help New Orleans and trying to put a light on New Orleans because like New Orleans, he said one of his favorite cities. So he was out there trying to like put a light on the rappers and the producers and just trying to put a light on what's going on. He was asking questions like, what could I do to kind of help put my platform to put y'all kind of put a little more light on y'all, because he kind of helped Baton Rouge out a lot, I feel like, too, just from posting shit. They already had dope artists in Baton Rouge, but I felt like he was posting a lot of interviews with artists from Baton Rouge on his Say Cheese YouTube account. So he did like a lot of big interviews with a lot of rappers like Tech and Maine, like G Money, and just a whole lot of other artists and stuff like that. Anyway, so I couldn't talk or whatever. There was so many people grabbing the mic that day I didn't get a chance to talk. So he had made this little list on his Instagram where he do these controversial posts, and he'd be like, the number one hardest cities to blow up in and the number one hottest cities in hip hop this year. And I think Baton Rouge probably was the number one at the time on the list, and I think we was number one. Baton Rouge the number one hottest city in America, I think, and I think if I'm not mistaken, New Orleans was the number one hardest city to blow up in. So I was saying what I felt like why New Orleans was the hardest city. Now at the time I was saying something like, I feel like a lot of people, for the most part, sound like they're from Philly or they sound like they're from Chicago, and they kind of like using they kind of what you might say flavor, using their flavor, whatever, and it's kind of hurting. And everybody kind of like what we do in New Orleans because you can hear our influences in other cities and all that. A lot of people are influenced by what we doing. And if we take our thing and kind of make it, put it together like how it once was, but in a new way, everybody gonna go crazy over it. And I guess he agreed with me. So he posted it saying like, if New Orleans kind of tap back into their sound and kind of put it all together, people loved them because they had that original flavor that everybody loved, like from the Cash Money, No Limits. And you could hear it a little bit in when you hear a young boy song, like he might block his hot over, you might hear, the City Girls with a bounce beat, or you might hear, you might hear Lil Duval, I'm living my best life, do it, baby, stick it, baby, that's DJ Jimmy. So you might hear these things, and I'm telling people that, I feel like that's what people want to hear from us, and I guess he agreed, and it went viral. And then after that, I just was saying whatever I was saying about other little shit in hip hop or this or that, my opinion. He was just posting it for like every time, it seemed like, and he was doing it for free.
Yeah.
And I, following my page, I got deleted, from whatever reason or whatever they got deleted. And then I made a new page, and, that's where I'm at right now with it. But it's billing. But, that's kind of like what happened with SHE stuff.
Man, that's what's up, though. Like that's a big experience because I ain't never went viral. Ain't too many people really went viral that experienced that.
Yeah, and his platform got like 900 and I think 20,000 to 980,000 followers. I mean, he had 1 million followers before, but his page got deleted too. But the Instagram that I've been going viral on got like almost 1 million followers. So it's really a blessing for him to be posting me on his page all the time he did. So shout out, like I said, shout out to Sean Cotton and his whole team at Say Cheese, whatever. I can't thank them enough because they put light on what I was doing, because I was always doing the same thing on my Instagram, posting shit I like and videos and saying my opinions on shit. And just so happened, you know, he just went to posting my shit and just kind of turned me up on some shit and kind of gave my voice, you know, a spotlight.
Yeah, yeah, that's real huge. That's real huge. I ain't gonna lie, that's real huge. Like, man, what are you most passionate about? Like, you say you do like your history talks, you talk about anything.
I'm really passionate about, like right now, like, and I'm glad we got this poll, because what I'm really passionate about that I see is what's going on right now is it really affected me, like this stuff with George Floyd, you know, and it just really hurt to see that over and over and over. Black men keep dying on American soil, and just thinking about, you know, how long ago it was since slavery, just how long slavery lasted, almost 244 years. And, you know, even after that, just all the shit people still going through, black men still dying by the hands of white police, and even the black police that's been programmed to like hate they own so much and all. I just feel like I wish we could do better to love each other, you know, stick together. Because even when I think about, you know, Dr. King, and when they committed to that bus boycott, and I think it lasted like a 16 days, which will be like 381 days, and they was committed to that, and they supported one another. They didn't spend no money with those buses, and they really was like, they was hitting them in their pocket, and that really showed them whatever and all that. So like I said, we really got to support each other, and that's why I like what you're doing with this and all that, and support another black brother and all that, you know, taking my time to say, you know what, I'm gonna do this, whatever, and stuff like that. Because I'm not no big old superstar neither, and I'm gonna come up just like you. And I respect that you even taking the time to do that. But like I said, this was going on in America, and a lot of my partners been saying, you know, how you feel about the loot and this, and I just feel like, you know, when people mad, they gonna act a certain way. And now some people might be opportunists, and they got white people out there that's doing a lot of crazy shit and making it like it's black people. Some of them doing that stupid shit, and the media just making it like we doing it when they really doing it. But for the people that's black that's doing that, taking TVs, taking liquor, being opportunists, that's crazy. But for the people that's doing it for the right reasons, that's standing up for justice, and all the time for every black man that ever got killed in America, for everybody that ever got hung or got ran through the woods in Mississippi, or ever got killed like Emmett Till in 55 in Money, Mississippi. You know, that shit all started in Mississippi. It kicked that's what really kicked the civil rights movement off. So it's still a continuance. And just like Nip says, a marathon, you know, and like Dr. Kingdom. So it's just sad that we're in 2020. We got a global pandemic, people dying, especially as black and brown people. You know, the unemployment looking like how it was around the Great Depression in the 30s or the late 20s. And then we got, you know, police brutality still going on, cities burning, and people just feel like they ain't being heard. So the world seeing that, people in Asia, people in Europe, you know, people in India, they seeing like America ain't all what they said it is. You know, they ain't all perfect like they said it is, because they still going through this shit. I seen people in, I think, New Zealand was marching up the street, and they were saying Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. That shit felt good for them people to be all the way over there, and they screaming that shit, marching down the street. Letting them know we see y'all. You know, y'all still doing the same shit, and people still
Same
dying.
thing.
Modern day lynch in broad daylight. 4 police right there. One stood there and watched this man, and the other police is right there. And this shit been going on, dog. And the cameras just putting a light on it. But even with the cameras, it's like they still doing it. And I feel like they need to have some type of legislation that they pass on a federal level, where they can have police that register every time they have a police complaint. Maybe they have to register to a federal department that's over police brutality and police misconduct. Not just that your county or your parish got to see about it. No, the federal people gonna be able to know every time you got a complaint against you, we gonna have it in the database. So once you get so many complaints, we gonna discipline your ass, because we waiting on they friends, they your son-in-law. You ain't gonna discipline him, but we in the federal level, we will hold them accountable or whatever. I think something got to be done, and they got to enforce it, because a lot of times laws are implemented, and you know, they do certain things, but things go into legislation, but they don't enforce it. So they have to enforce it. And like I said, I feel like we gotta do better to love one another and support one another and support each other's business, and not be so quick to like go against each other. Because like I said, when I see the police that do that, you know, punching the dudes in the face with handcuffs, like they did in Atlanta, snatch those college kids out the car, you know, tased them, stab the tires out. I'm like, dude, like y'all said they out past a curfew. Y'all act like this committed a murder.
Yeah,
Do that to the dude when he killed all the people in the churches in the Carolinas. Y'all didn't do that to him. Y'all put a fucking vest on him and y'all bought him what, the Burger King to get something to eat.
They surrounded him. It's been happening. It's been happening like that, you know, on different occasions. And once we bark wrong, we the criminals. You know what I'm saying? And the way how people protest, like you said, some people might be protesting the wrong way and different things like that. But protesting does, like, you know, Black lives does matter. But like I said, all people are innocent. All people are, you know what I'm saying, equal. That's how I feel. But we're not getting treated.
It's
in the proper way.
Like the humanly right thing to do to treat people right. But like I feel like because Black people got this stigma on us where they feel like, excuse me, because of the color of our skin, it's like they feel like it's like a bad, they make it like a bad thing to the world. So being Black, being that, because a lot of people always say, you know, like Martin King said, they always say, pull yourself up by your bootstrap. But if you ain't got nothing, it's hard to do that when you seeing that all these people coming at you and wanting you to fall because you Black. And I be telling people, like, the Irish people, you know, the Italians, all these people still had a better chance than us. They was immigrants. Those people came over here willingly on the ships. With whatever they had, they came over with for a better life. And they had to work their ways up, but it wasn't as tough as it was for the Black people. We were slaves on this soil. Like, we were slaves. And they telling us about burning shit up. We helped build this motherfucker. The whole country was built on our ancestors' backs. And like I said, shit didn't burn down before in certain cities, whatever, and all that. The Civil War, they burned a lot of shit down, but they built it back up. But that had to happen for people to see that it was enough was enough. When the South didn't agree with the North and they wanted to keep slavery going and the other ones didn't, they had a war. And then after that, it made us one nation. But you still see that they still was doing shit like they did, implementing Jim Crow, segregate shit in the South and can do it their way. And so it's still things that people got to learn not to hate. And when you see little babies run, like I seen a little video with a Black baby run up to a little white baby and they hugged each other with their little toys and then they ran out together. Them little kids don't know nothing about racism. You taught that. No. So you know, we got to do better to learn how to love one another and respect one another and not just look at it like, you know, Black people complain and Black people ain't gotten to know. They design a system that Black people are incarcerated more than everybody, even though we make up 13%. And, you know, Black people getting bad loans and all that stuff like that. You know, Black people got the worst schools in their communities and shit like that. This is designed systematically to be done or whatever. It's not, it's kind of hard when you got the deck stacked against you. You know, how do you want me to win a game? But it's kind of hard when, like, I got my hands behind my back and you want me to fight. Like, I only got, like, I ain't got two hands. You want to fight the best fighter in the world with one hand? You know, I might could put it all, but goddamn. That's why you have to be 10 times better than the white man, because the white man made it 10 times harder for you to get up. That's where that comes from. That's why they always tell us. So it's just like, it's really sad, bro. And I really hope, you know, this be the moment, because I feel like they always say, you know, when my dad was young, my grandpa probably said it's gonna be better when y'all get older. Then this generation say my dad is gonna be better when y'all get older. Then we tell our nephews and, you know, people telling their kids it's gonna be better when y'all get older. We keep saying the same thing, but it keeps sounding like
over and over.
Yeah, like a broken record.
But see now, how do you? It's been going on for years, but how do you, in our generation, how you feel like things could change? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I said, we've been conditioned so long to kind of like not like each other on a certain level. Some of us do love each other, but there's a lot of us that really like be so busy to like want to fight each other, hurt each other and all that. And so I feel like we got to learn how to really, really love each other again and take care of one another. I feel like in the 60s, like even when I think about what Dr. Kingdom was doing in Alabama, and I look at even with, you know, all the people was doing the Harlem Renaissance, you know, New Durham with New Haiti or whatever, that was in Durham, North Carolina, I think. And then you had the Black Wall Street in Tulsa. They was building a community, they was loving each other, they was looking out for each other. And when they had to just spend money with Black people because they didn't have no choice, because they couldn't go to white stores and wear their clothes, because they was like, you can't wear this dress, you had to like put it by you. If it fit, you better look at it like that. You can't put it on, because you put on clothes, white people ain't gonna buy no clothes that a Black lady didn't put on. So when Black people started, you know what, I ain't gonna buy the fucking clothes. Y'all don't got our money. Y'all don't want to let us try on clothes. We ain't spend no money with y'all. And then they started letting black people buy clothes because they started saying y'all could wear the clothes now and y'all could try them on in the dressing room. But at one time they told them they couldn't. So we do the same thing, you know, like the other people race did, like even when the Jews did, they were saying, you know, they couldn't come to the parks in Miami or whatever on a beach, you know, and then they want to buy the motherfucker up, you know. So a lot of people is always trying to give people a hard time, but these are the same people that came back and bought everything because they unified and stuck together. So I feel like just loving one another a lot, just really trying to spend money with each other and trying to figure out how we could support one another. And if we see a police taking advantage of one of us, whatever, like Tupac said, you know, when he said he shot at the cop in Atlanta, even though it looked like an undercover cop, but he didn't know, he just saw a white man messing with a black dude and all that. You know, we got to stand up for one another. We got to be willing to lay it all down. Now, for us to be like, feeling like we could go to war with them is not practical. You know, if we only make up 13% of the population, now more than sure we don't even make up that many people that's armed with legal firearms. We might have a lot of people that got guns that's not legal that could go run their house, but we can't really stand out in the street and march like how the Panthers was. You know, that's why they dismantled that, because they seen that they was militant, they was educated, so they was hitting all the little houses, breaking all that stuff up, and they made us look at it like it was bad. That was a great thing because them dudes wasn't gonna take no shit. But the whole thing make up, even though we still had that, and that was a good thing, I still feel like we outnumbered. So the Civil War, any war for the most part, I mean, sometimes small armies could defeat people if they know the land and they're real tactical, but I just feel like that's not really practical because, like I said, we don't have enough manpower. We just, like I said, we want to make up 13%, 72% of the population. So that wouldn't make no sense when people saying we need to get guns and we need to start shooting up them and just create a war. It don't make no sense. We're gonna lose too many people and we're still gonna lose. That don't make sense. It's another way. But I feel like we could love each other, and white people gotta really learn how to take that out their heart and feel like when they see a black man, they gotta get on the other side of the street. When they see us, they always feel like we scared or they feel threatened by us, or we running with a hoodie on like Trayvon with some Skittles in the Arizona tea, that, you know, we dangerous, or they gotta police us. Like if you see a Ahmaud Arbery running through jogging, or he just going to look at a house in Atlanta, somebody doing construction, maybe he want to be a carpenter, maybe he want to do work like that, so he want to see how it is, like where they got this at and all that. He was just looking around, but y'all looking at him like he going in to break a house. You didn't see him run up the street with nothing in his fucking hand, like jogging run up the street with something from the house. Then that's different for you. But I don't you should be making a citizen arrest, because some people use excessive force. We got the police using too much force, so a civilian definitely might use too much force, and then you run up on me, and definitely I don't got nothing in my hand. I'm thinking, you, for all I know, Ahmaud Arbery could have been thinking they trying to kidnap him. Just imagine what's going through your mind if you running and somebody just run up to you and just grab you and try to grab you and slam you down. You don't know what they're gonna do. They could be a serial. He could be Wayne. You know, so they don't be understanding, like, well, maybe he's, dog, you don't know what's going through somebody's mind when you see a random white man run up on you. He don't got no police uniform on. They in a pickup truck. You thinking these motherfuckers about to, you know, you ain't gonna never see your people again. So of course he gonna fight off them people. That's just defense mode. Anyone else would have did the same thing. So I just don't understand, dog, like how America don't want to be accountable, but they always say that we are bad people. That they look at us like we criminal. They try to dehumanize us, but like Pac said it best, we learn from y'all. Y'all motherfuckers raped our ancestors. Y'all kidnapped us from a country. Y'all committed treason or whatever, you know. Yeah, I mean, y'all well, motherfuckers went against their country and went to war, whatever, before, whatever. They had motherfuckers that broke treaties that y'all agreed. Treaties and stuff like that. Y'all didn't like how Britain was fucking over y'all with the tea and all that. So y'all wanted to fight them in the Boston tea shit. So it was a lot of things when y'all felt like y'all was getting fucked over and y'all wanted to rebel to make this country, and y'all did a lot of fucked up shit to get in power. Y'all was getting fucked over by the British crown. But that's here or there. I'm just saying that is a history of this shit, and this power and this control, y'all, is fucked up. And for them to just be on that white supremacy shit, dog, like I said, they say good things, bad things happen when good people don't step up. And for all those people that are helping, the white people that is out there on the front line helping out, I appreciate them. They so, you know, I appreciate it so much. The black people that's out there, the brothers and sisters out there doing what they could do, people that's doing whatever they can do from wherever they at, you know, supporting black business, helping a black person out, you know, trying to understand black people and all that. And we trying to understand Mexicans and everybody, give everybody love and respect everybody, no matter where they from, just being open-minded to one another. Shout out to all the people that got love in their heart and that's really genuine, you know.
Yeah, for real. Shout out.
I just feel like the people they just tired of being oppressed, dog, and that's just the voice of them acting out. And like I said, there's no right or wrong way, but when your emotion running high, people gonna act like that. So all I feel like is just America just crying out, and people just like, man, we had enough, and we just gonna let y'all see this how we feel.
So that's like having those white people standing in the front line. So to you, it's not a racist thing then, since you say the white people.
Well, all of them not racist. They have some people that do have racism and prejudice in them where they just don't like black people and they don't like Mexican people. You know, like you know, like Asian people, they just don't like minorities or whatever. You know, they feel like this is our country, but then they got some people that do love, and they could be white, you know, and they be like, I love black people, I love Asian people, I got these kind of friends. I understand y'all. I'm not gonna say nothing that's offensive. If something happened, y'all, I'm gonna stand up for you. I'm gonna have your back and all that. So yeah, like they have people that are taught that, you know. That's like, all right, Mississippi, where you from? They still have they have the part of the Confederate flag in y'all state flag. Like that's flying in front of the governor's office. Like you think the people got to see that shit. So what kind of message do you think that's sent? That's letting you know we still in Mississippi. Like this wall and shit really like, yeah, we Mississippi. This how we do it down here. You know, this where it all started at, and we still gonna do it as much as we could. Let you know that, you know, there's still this what it is. We on some clan shit down here. So it might don't be out there with them wearing the sheets, but some of them got it in her. But like I said, for the people that are on the right side of history, you know, that do want change and feel like enough is enough, and you know it shouldn't be like that. You know, that's what it is and all that. And I think that's why they even changed the Mississippi mascot at Ole Miss or whatever, because yeah, you know, it was the rebel. But I think it's a bear now. If I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong. But I think y'all.
I need to go do some research on that. I never
did like the Mississippi logo for the Ole Miss because I know that's what it was, the rebel. You know, the rebel.
That's what it stands for.
Niggas, they were fighting the Civil War and all that. So Ole Miss, the old way of Mississippi, and all you got. Yeah, if you look at the man, he looked like a fucking a slave master. Think about it. This was by design, dog. So
for real.
You know, that's why David Banner, from when he came out with Like a Pimp, and you see David Banner running around with that fucking, you know, the Confederate flag or whatever, like a runaway slave and all that. Like Banner even came out like that and all that. And shout out to Crit, you know, Meridian, Mississippi, I see y'all or whatever and all that shit like that. Hattiesburg, y'all know I used to always be out there. Wars Hamburger's my favorite. I just had to throw that in there. But like I said, yeah, bro. I feel like one of my favorite. Yeah, I feel like it's all of them, not racist and all that, but they do have a lot of my police all racist. And for the police, they be saying it's 99% good cops. It's only 1% bad. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like when police say you could say it's probably half and half. Say that, but don't just say it's no 99% of the cops bad, and I mean 99% of the cops good, and the other 1% bad. Man, come on, man. When they say that, that's like a slap in the face. Just don't say nothing. If you don't, just be like, I ain't gonna comment, because you sound like
exactly. Now let's be about this protest and all these protest things. Do you think that these protests was going on are starting the riots, or do you think this protest is gonna make the police get more angrier?
I think some of the police. No, I think what the world gonna see, because once the lawmakers and the legislators and the people that's in power start implementing things that they have to abide by, then that's gonna change the way that's hopefully I can't say it's gonna, you know, but hopefully it hold them more accountable, because they're still doing what they're doing with the body cam. But I feel like the people that's doing the opportunities that's out there, stealing our Gucci store, like I said, stealing our liquor stores, hidden freight trains, stealing TVs, those people just always looking for an opportunity to do some ignorant ass shit. They're gonna always be out there. They're like niggas that's in the hood that just wait for do shit, white people that's out there just waiting to do some violent, ignorant shit. They gonna be there. We can't do nothing about them. They gonna be there. I mean, it's good and bad, everything. So they're gonna have that. It ain't gonna all be sweet. We know that. Or whatever. With a moment like this, I'm on the show. We go back on history. It always was shit like that happen. But get in the way of what they doing. You know what it's all for. So hopefully they get the point to see that it got to be a better way. Hopefully, New York even stop that stop and frisk shit. I think Governor Cuomo was, I think his name was saying that he gonna probably change that because all that shit, create tension between them, whatever. When you trying to make the police be able to police the community, I don't even have any type of respect for them. I feel like when they get pulled over, because as a black man, when you get pulled over, dog, niggas be really nervous. Niggas be like, oh man, damn, like I really.
You can be clean, insurance, and everything.
You still don't really know how it's gonna play. You like, man, I don't want to reach for nothing. All of a sudden, I got an officer. Look, bro, I'm going in the glove compartment. I ain't getting no gun or nothing, bro. I just want to let you know I'm reaching for my license registration. I ain't got no guns in here, bro. Woo, woo, and all that. You want to make sure you call your mom, let them know, stay on the phone. I just want, that's crazy. Like, you got to see the police and got to be looking like, man, and you ain't even riding with no keys in the car. So it's just crazy. So I feel like the police that's getting into the protest that's acting wild, it's gonna be some shit that's gonna be resistance on either side. But then some of them police doing too much or whatever, like the police that hit the people with the car, that was crazy or whatever. Or some police just shoving women down. They shoved the man down. I seen the man walking with a walker, or like some little cane thing, pushed the white man down, and then went picked them back up because they knew they was wrong. Y'all see, they got cameras out here. Like y'all still doing this in front of cameras. Imagine
getting away with it though, but they're getting away with it.
They even doing it at the protest. And I'm like, dog, the whole world watching y'all. Y'all under a microscope, and y'all still doing it. So it's just showing that is a rich tradition of police feeling like they doing what they're doing and getting away with it. And I feel like that's one of the biggest gangs in America. Like the police is the biggest gangs. They always telling us to rat on people and tell on this dude if he's selling drugs, if it's a bad dude in the community. Why y'all don't tell on bad cops? When y'all tell on bad cops, the other cops turn against him. Motherfucker, you a sellout. We don't even want to fuck with you. You're in the locker with him, getting ready for your shift. They looking at you like, we don't rock with him. You just told on off such and such. So they have a super code of silence. So why they gonna get mad at somebody else that don't want to testify against a person that you said a criminal and you say you trying to help the community out? But when we tell y'all hold bad cops accountable, y'all can't hold them accountable. But y'all want us to trust y'all? The fuck out of here, man. So it's gonna be some real soul searching they gotta do, and it's gonna take time, but they do need to have classes on how to deal with certain communities, because some of these white boys ain't never been in communities, never been around black people in life, and the first time they interact with black people is being the police, and they talking to them crazy, and it's hostile environments, and you get a lot of shit like that, bro. Because
that's why I say it's real touching about what you're saying with the police, because what I'm saying, on two different occasions, I personally, have got jumped on by the police twice and got put in the hospital. Bomb, what I'm saying? Wow. What I'm saying? Yeah. With cameras on.
Where was that?
Picayune,
Mississippi. See what I'm saying? Yeah.
I got video. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you see it, you know what I'm saying? But the thing about what you're saying about, they need to go through classes and different things like that because of what they're doing and how they're doing. So how can you get your son or your daughter or whatever to trust the police? You know what I'm saying? Because I got pulled over one time, and my daughter, as the police coming up, my daughter say, "I don't want the police to kill us." She 3 years old. She was 2 at the time.
Wow.
Tears start falling down my eyes, bro.
Your daughter traumatized by what she had been seeing. So when your daughter makes 17, 18 years old, she gonna already remember that I was scared when my daddy got pulled over. So I'm gonna be scared when my sons get older. So it's just like you said, this traumatized the kids too. And they don't understand the pain and the hurt that this shit do to you or whatever. That's why they don't understand. Like people keep, people are just so they just don't have that compassion, the empathy to understand people and all that stuff, to try to put yourself in somebody's shoes for a minute. And they, people don't really understand what it is to be black in America, bro. Like just how hard it is. Like, sometimes that we as brothers, like you said, we got to learn how to love one another and not be so quick to hurt each other and all that, because we already got to deal with that shit. And then we got to deal with police wanting to do us something. Then we got to deal with, it just, so we gotta ease a little load off, at least looking out for each other and say, look, man, I ain't gonna let them do you nothing. And if we got into it or we stepped on my shoe, we had a little misunderstanding, we're gonna talk that shit out, bro, because we need to stick together or whatever, like everybody else do, whatever, because we could be strong and we cool, we fly, we got a lot of culture, everybody love our swagger, everything about, black people, we add so much flavor, like you said, with our style or what we dress, our music that we added to America, the food we added to America, the way we dance, like the things that we help create, like it's a lot of things that America would be so dull to me if African Americans wasn't here.
Yeah, yeah. So do you feel like Black Lives matter, all lives matter, or what? Why do you?
I feel like when they say Black Lives Matter, they saying it because Black people keep getting killed, and people not going to they're not going to jail. The police not being held accountable. So it's not saying that the other people's lives don't matter. If a police got killed and it was wrong, we don't care, whatever. No, we're not saying that. And people always take it the wrong way or whatever. We saying Black Lives Matter because we losing Black lives by police that's supposed to protect and serve, that we paying taxpayers dollars to, and they coming to people's house, kicking in doors, shooting them and killing them. They killing people in cars for nothing and all that. And they not being held accountable, and they getting paid while they on, while they suspended or whatever, or they fired for a moment, but they still getting paid. And then they getting acquitted and shit like that, and we got to just deal with it. So we saying Black Lives Matter because Black people are dying and nobody not being held accountable at no level. We ain't seeing no police going to jail, and then when they do, they might get a couple of years and shit like that. They getting slaps on the wrist. I think that lady killed a man in Dallas, went in the wrong apartment. You thought it was your apartment, you went in his apartment, you killed him, and she didn't really get that much time for that. But if that was a Black man would have killed a white young man, Black police, he would have been under the jail. He would have got prosecuted, got sent up the road fast. So that's why I feel like when they say Black Lives Matter, because nobody don't care when Black people die. It's like when they die, it's like, all right, they did, the police killed them, but they always try to go in your record and say, that's like you. You ever been to jail before? Maybe you wasn't. They would probably try to find everything to make you look like the bad person. Oh, he sold weed before. He was a drug dealer. He was this. He was that. He was a thug. Look at him. He got dreadlocks. He a gangster. But you a family man. You trying to do this, whatever you trying to do, be a righteous man. But this is my culture. I like dreads. Maybe I like Bob Marley. Bob Marley was a man that wanted to liberate people. He wanted to stand for people. But you don't know what kind of man I is. Y'all just looking at my image and just trying to look at me like this because I don't look like your son. That might be like this kind of kid or whatever and all that. This is where I'm from, but I'm a good person. But since I'm dead, y'all gonna try to make me look like I'm a bad person. I bought this on myself. That's what they do every time, and that's why we need to let them know that we are the voice, other voiceless, because they can't speak. So we let them know that this is how we gonna act out, and this is the emotions that we feeling. So y'all gonna feel our pain, and y'all can't tell us how to feel. Because you don't feel like this. You don't know how it is to keep everybody keep telling you it's gonna be all right. We don't believe you. We don't believe you. Y'all lying. We don't believe you.
How long we been hearing that? How long our mama and our ancestors and everything been hearing that?
We gonna do that. Come on, man.
Exactly.
Like when you come out, even after the Civil War, when they come out the Civil War, like Frederick Douglass said, y'all didn't give us nothing. We didn't get no 40 acres in the mule. Other people got a little jump stuff, but we ain't get shit. And people don't got nothing. We started with nothing. We came over here, y'all took everything that we had and bought us over in chains. Then when y'all let us go, y'all really didn't want to do that, but when y'all did, y'all didn't give us shit. So it's like somebody saying, all right, I'm gonna put you out on the streets, you ain't got nowhere to go, get it how you live. So when people go to do other things and go to acting like they doing this and doing illegal things, whatever, but they did illegal shit the whole while to get this motherfucking country. They was smuggling in, they were smuggling tea, they were smuggling alcohol, smuggling, paint, paper, whatever they was trying to do to make America great. America great again. America ain't never been fucking great, man. America always been fucked up. America always been about white supremacy and control and wanting to see us at the bottom and not giving us our fair shot. And you can make it in America, but you got to work your ass off because they gonna set it up with a card stack so hard against you to where you gonna have to jump over all kind of shit to get through it.
So do you think like when they put Barack in office was just like all right, we're gonna let y'all have this, or do you think he was there for a reason when you say it's more of a white supremacist?
I feel like
they gave Barack
he did a good part, but I mean I feel like he did all he could do. But like you said, you got the House and the Senate full of Republicans, whatever, you still got to go through them. So it ain't like you got the majority on your side. So a lot of things you might want to implement, pass, they could still block that shit. Because they're still a democracy, so it's just not everything you say goes. They got to vote on. So he didn't have all that or whatever and stuff like that. So like I said, I feel like that was a pivotal moment in American history and all that. And we always made history, but like I said, just for him to get in that position, it was hard as hell. But they get it easy because this was a country made by white people for white people. You know, when they took it over, that was what they had in mind. We're gonna take it over little by little from the 13 colonies all the way till they got to the West Coast, was to have their little language, their land, their culture here, and we just happened to be a part of it because we was here. You know, once they let us out of slavery, we was here, so they had to kind of deal with us, and they just had to make it exist, but they still didn't want us here, so they made it hard for us, and they always do make it hard until this day. You know, it's still hard for a black man in America to because we facing shit like this, police brutality.
Even with the bad outbreak, even with all this going on and everything like that, and it just steady getting worse and steady getting worse. But I feel like 2020 ain't dead yet. There's a lot of things that's going to be adjusted. There's a lot of. I feel like the legislature, all those people and put in position of power are going to stand down and believe in something. They're going to start standing firm on something. That's how I feel, because it's getting out of hand.
Right.
It's getting they doing it on camera.
Right.
With a million cameras watching them and getting away with it, bro.
Like I said, I hope.
You know what I'm saying?
I definitely hope things change. I definitely hope it get better. I hope America finally see that we really need to deal with this wound, because it's been bleeding out for a long time, and we need to address it or whatever, because there's a blow been made and blood pouring out, and you can't put a band-aid on it. We need to heal it or whatever, to make us a stronger nation, one nation, for liberty and justice for all, if we really live up to what it really supposed to be.
And that's why I said it's really dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Us as black people, you know what I'm saying? Doing what we're doing as young men, young black men. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own different, like white women, white men. Everybody got their own different struggle. But as young black men, it's very, very dangerous out here for us. You know what I'm saying? Right now, it's definitely dangerous. So you know what I'm saying? You doing what you doing. You without doing your thing, moving up the charts, and with all this outbreak, man, I want to encourage you, man. You stay focused. You know what I'm saying? Stay safe out there. You out there in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? You wherever it's at, it's out there. But you're not in Mississippi where the race is there. It's here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I know you see
like on another level, like Mississippi and Alabama. I ain't gonna lie, like y'all, it always been.
Yeah, it's turned. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. Like, and everybody that's checking in, man. You with the homie GP, kicking a lot of flavor. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad everybody out here tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Chopping it over with the homie, man. Big entrepreneur doing his thing. Work with a lot of different artists. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you can go follow him. On Instagram. Go follow him on Instagram. Right there. You also can follow him on Twitter.
Thanks. Yep.
You also follow him on Twitter. Go to YouTube right now. Follow him on YouTube. He got big hits out there. Also, if you want to work with him or anything like that, feature him on the podcast. Feature him in a management position or anything like that. Make sure you Gmail him right now.
Right.
And another.
I appreciate.
And what's that?
Now, I definitely appreciate you having me. And this just like I said, it's just it's nice and
Man, for real. One thing I like to do before we get ready to go, you know what I'm saying? It's a couple things before we get ready to get out of here. I want to ask, what would the new you tell the old you to get with the new you at?
What would the new tell the old you to get where I'm at? What would the new me tell the old me? It would tell me, like I said, I was always reading. Damn, what would the old me tell me or whatever? I mean, I would probably because a lot of times I guess I was putting a lot of stuff into a lot of people early. I probably would have just focused a lot more on myself a little bit more at the beginning than I was, because at first I was kind of like trying to just do so much for so many other people or whatever. I couldn't really get everything together with me to get everything going. So I would really just kind of would have really got everything good with me, because even when I dropped out of college, I went to college in Alabama at Stillman in Tuscaloosa or whatever. I should have stayed and finished and got my degree or whatever and all, but at the time I just was like, man, I'm just trying to go and get this music stuff done. So a lot of things I kind of would have just finished or whatever and work, and then try to worry about the music stuff a little later or whatever. That's the only thing I could think of. Other than that, I probably wouldn't change them, because like I said, everybody got their story, and I felt like everything I did made me who I am today or whatever and all that. But I feel like every time I did something, my heart was in the right place. So I really don't have a lot of regrets or whatever and shit like that, I just wish other people would still be here that I lost, like for why that's in jail, my brother and my cousins that was killed and stuff like that. I wish they would have been here to be here. I could change that. But other than that, I feel like everything that I went through, it was a lesson. So I kind of I think
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Man, just what I'm saying, in a quick 30 seconds, give these people out here encouraging words.
Man, like I said, I know y'all probably feeling what's going on right now in the world with the what's going on with this, protests and stuff like that. And, us losing George Floyd and us just losing so many black brothers and sisters and all that, bro. Stay prayed up, keep your head up, whatever. Keep fighting, learn something, educate yourself, whatever. Love each other and all that. And if you know a black brother or sister that got a business, something like that, support them. If they got a hair, if they fix hair, if they sell food, if they got a computer business or something like that. They got anything or whatever mechanic shop, just like support black businesses, stick together and love each other and stuff like that. That's all I say. Love, spread love all day or whatever,
Yes, sir, man. Hey, look, that right there. One thing about it, man, if it ain't encourage nobody, encourage me, because I learned I learned a whole lot of stuff from these different the ancestors and the different history part of what I didn't know that you enlightened me with. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, man, well, what you're doing right there, continue to spread that knowledge to these people, because maybe one day something you're gonna tell somebody, and they might be the biggest next star that be the face of to stop all this. So what we got to continue to do is just keep pushing that positive, keeping that momentum going. You know what I'm saying? Keep encouraging these people. You know what I'm saying? Because it's very easy to do. Very easy to do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and like I said, man, I really appreciate you taking your time out to really encourage the world. And everything you're doing from here on out, may God be with you.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. One. Yes, sir, man. That just wrapped up another one-on-one live RaDeazy Herrin Drive. We just kicked a whole lot of flavor. Make sure you go back and watch this video. Make sure you share. Make sure you tag a friend. And make sure you be back next Monday where we're going to be kicking a whole lot of flavor again. Hey, everybody tune in. Drop a comment. Share this video. It's your boy RaDeazy Herrin Drive Entertainment.
Yeah. Hey. Let me paint this picture right quick.
You are now entering the Yeah, I'm living